What up, everybody? My name is Arnoldo Lozano from Twitter account and other social media accounts, La U Times. I'm here with my friend Oscar, who covers Cruz Azul in English. And we've discussed the regular season game, and we're going to talk a little Liguilla preview here as we get ready for tomorrow's match between Cruz Azul and Tigres at Azteca Stadium. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Hey man, appreciate having you on again. Having me on again. Sorry. Should be a good one, especially given the context of everything now.
Yeah, man. It feels like I am analyzing two different teams, or I've watched two different teams during the season, man, because that match that they had during match day 8 of the regular season was an exciting one. It was really good scoring threats on both sides, and it kind of ended on a wild Cruz Azul note, scoring the
Yeah,
goal late
yeah,
and tie the game. So I wanted to get your initial thoughts about what you thought about the matchup when you first found out that you guys were playing us, and we'll take it from there.
yeah. I think it was a big surprise because San Luis actually pulled the surpriser. They knocked out your arch rivals there, and they fully deserved it too. Shout out to San Luis. I think go to San Luis, but we were preparing for Pachuca. We weren't expecting Tigres, but given the context of how the seating works, we got you guys. And first thing that I tried to remember was how the game was during the regular season, and we were talking about a little bit off air, but it was a 2-2 draw at your place, an exciting one. I think a game of two halves, but a
Mm-hmm.
very exciting one nonetheless. So it's kind of hard to predict what will happen, but like I said, I think it's going to determine how the of the most recent form, and I think for both of us, how we ended the league hasn't been the prettiest.
Yeah, and I was, mentioning that before we started recording was the fact that an exciting match and how even it was, and now facing each other in La Liguilla is like Tigres is like not having his best form. They finished the season on a bad note, 2 losses and a tie, and Cruz Azul, I feel having the repechaje game and winning that in penalties has that like extra motivation, has that continued form. So do you feel confident in the matchup, going into this Liguilla game?
Uh, yes and no. Yes, I mean at the end of the day, when you win a game, you're gonna have that little edge of confidence. But given the context of the whole game and how we went, it wasn't a convincing result. We looked good. We had patches of good stuff, playing some good football, but towards the end, I mean, I think it's just one of those attributes that's being our stigma now with the team. Reynoso likes to, if we have the lead, he's gonna defend it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I mean defend it, he's gonna put all 11 players behind the ball, and for the most part, it doesn't even include counterattacking. Against Necaxa, we definitely improved a lot better than what we had done in the regular season. But regardless, we just when you let your opponent grow into the game, little by little, they're going to score, especially if you're not at least doing a counter. You know what I mean? Try to catch them off guard or even retain possession. So yes and no. I mean, given the context of it, like I said, it depends on how you look at it. But I'm still very nervous because at the end of the day, you guys are still a quality set. So it should be a good one, regardless. Like I said, because both teams are in kind of similar forms, and then this could be a fresh new start, fresh new season. Because I was saying this before, during one of my tweets after the Liguilla, the playoffs is a whole different tournament. It's a whole different season. So anything could really happen. Both teams could come into a new approach and new form.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Tigres, coming into this game, is still having some of the same doubts that we had as the season went on, and ending on bad form, doesn't give me a lot of confidence because it allows, the Cruz Azul to feel like, they had the previous game to have somewhat of form, and Tigres had the long pause, which helped us get some of the players that, were somewhat injured to allow to recover. So I'm excited that, we have that possibility of like being rested, but I'm also unsure because, like I said, we still have and are dealing with some of the same stuff that we dealt all season. We
Definitely.
we weren't sure if who our right center back was going to be, whether in a line of 4 or a line of 3 in the back. But Ugayala looks like he's gonna get the start with Angulo and Pizarro back there. And then the position of up front with Florian Tuan, he got injured as the season ended. And, the same questions that you had, at the beginning of the season, is he going to, be a durable player? Is he going to be a great player? Which he demonstrated a lot of skill during the season. But here we go with Nico, who didn't get no playing time. So a lot of the stuff that Tigres dealt with, and some of the production with Nico, and some of the doubts that Florian had, is not going to be present in this game. So I'm excited. I'm confident in the team because they're experienced and they know how to play these type of games. But I'm also unsure because of the things that allow Cruz Azul to have a chance, which is our vulnerable defense.
Yeah, definitely. Looking back now, I think Diego Reyes is out, right?
Yeah, he's not going to start. It's going to be Woyala. It's confirmed.
Yeah, okay. Because that was one of the perks that I wanted, because as you know, for me personally, I really don't rate Diego Reyes, and he's just a liability in the back for you guys. So that would have been a big plus. But now that you have Woyala, who I'm not necessarily I don't really think he's that much of an upgrade for Diego Reyes in my experience, but he still has that experience and that continuity of playing with Tigres, so he knows kind of the system and everything, and what it means to play for that team. But yeah, it'll be interesting because you guys are struggling with the defense, but we also struggling with scoring goals right now.
Yeah, same.
Right now, Santi's not scoring goals. Ivan Morales is still trying to get adjusted to the Mexican League. I mean, the guy who scored the goal for us over the weekend, he's a defender, and he's our top scorer right now, and that just tells you everything about our offensive line. I mean, we got into the Liguilla at the end of the day, but that is a worry at the end of the day. You need to have a striker and big moments and big games, and to be honest, any good team is going to have an established forward. I mean, you guys still have Gignac; he could turn up any minute too, which is still something to keep an eye on at least.
Yeah, and we have Luis Quinones, who led the league in assists. So there's some confidence on the squad because of the talent that they have, but the form, and Piojo's uncertainties in the Liguilla at times cause, myself and a lot of fans to be slightly nervous about the match. But I was going to ask you, so when they first played each other in the regular season, you guys played without a 9 at the time. Brian Angulo was playing as your number 9. What is your projected lineup going into this game tomorrow?
So a few things. First, Angulo is not even in the team anymore. He got transferred to Santos in Brazil, and Charlie Rodriguez, he's just a pivotal player on the final third. I mean, he just has an influence on the team that you can just see the difference right now. Ever since he picked up that nasty injury against Mazatlan, but I'm predicting. I think it's going to be Ivan Morales, Antuna, Angel Romero. I'm trying to think who else. It really depends on. Let me start from the back. Sorry. So the goal, I think, because right now Jesus Corona is still recovering from injury, so it's still a gamble because he hasn't played a competitive game since like March 9th, I think.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. So do you keep Jurado there, who's been kind of like up and down more than anything, but he closed out brilliantly against the shootout with Necaxa. So it's hard. It's either I really don't know who's gonna be, but let's just say I'm gonna say Reynoso's gonna go with Corona over experience.
I want to make a comment there because
yeah,
I feel like if Cruz Azul was riding 3rd, 4th place in the seeding, I think you go Chuy Corona. But because they didn't close as a team in the best form, and he's been the keeper, and he essentially had you guys in the quarters with his performance in the PK. I feel like you write him out, man. I think he's earned his shot.
Yeah, I mean that's one argument to it, but the other thing is, at the end of the day, Jurado, has to be like his maybe second ever start in the playoffs, but in the Liguilla.
Okay.
Because with Veracruz, he was fighting relegation. That's a whole nother different battle compared to Liguilla, where the stakes are a lot more higher in a sense, and there's more on the line. And then he's playing at a team like Cruz Azul, which is, all due respect to Veracruz, I mean, the fan base and the expectations is completely different.
Absolutely.
And then, yeah, but you're right. I do agree with you. If we finished that top 4 seed, I think Chuy would have started. But because of that momentum, it's a complicated dilemma. But let's just say it's going to be Jurado because of what he did against Necaxa. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I think we're gonna stick with. I think we're gonna go backline of 5. Actually, we're gonna go with Pablo Aguilar, Luis Abram, Cata Dominguez, our top scorer Juan Escobar, and then left
Yeah.
back. I think we're gonna go with Aldrete. The midfielder, I think it's gonna be Eric Lira, Rafa Baca, and then we're gonna go with Antuna, Romero, and up top Ivan Morales.
That's a dangerous lineup. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
Santi
go ahead.
Jimenez,
Sorry.
I was going to say Santi Jimenez doesn't get the spot up top, but, you know, a great guy to bring off the bench. He was the one that created the chance when
Yeah,
they tied up
the last minute. Yeah,
in the last minute to
yeah.
set up Christian Rivero, if I'm not mistaken, on that second goal to tie it. So
Nacho Rivero. Yeah,
Ignacio Rivero, pardon. Yeah, yeah. And
yeah.
so got a dangerous lineup, man. Is there anything specifically that you're looking for Cruz Azul in this home game at Azteca?
I think we have to win. I mean, in the playoffs, I mean, you just have to win your home games. Yeah, especially if you're playing home at first, you just gotta win and try not to concede. Are we? Do away goals matter? No, they don't matter right now. Right now, away goals don't matter anymore. So you just have to win at this point. You just gotta pick up the win because if you pick up the tie, the momentum is always going to be on the opposition side. So we have to win regardless, no matter how it is. Even if it's ugly, at the end of the day, a win is a win. So I think it's going to be vital for us to play to get a win at the Azteca. It's a must.
What do you think are some ways that you can hurt Tigres or the Cruz Azul squad can hurt Tigres as soon as the whistle blows?
I mean, that's I think right now the man in who's been the most just on form individually from individual standpoint is Uriel Antuna. He's just been so consistent, even though he's not scoring and assisting every game. Even though his goal assist ratio is also pretty decent this season, he's just relentless. He's always at least trying and trying to do something in the offensive line. So I think he's going to be key. And there's rumors that Charlie might come out. It will be available, even if he's coming off the bench. That's just like I said. He's so influential in our final third.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping for a big performance from Romero, who's highly rated from the fan base. I mean, he starts with his national team with Paraguay. The guy is quality. The only issue is with me right now is he's kind of played out of position. He's playing behind the striker, which is not his preferred position. He's more on the right hand side, but that's the dilemma too. Do you take out Antuna and put Romero there, and then force Antuna to play on his weaker side, which it's a whole thing right there. So it's complicated.
Take it. I haven't watched as many Cruz Azul games as you have, obviously, but I like him. He's got a great technical ability. So to start for the Paraguayan team and have a role with Cruz Azul, when I first saw him, I was like, he's got class at his feet, and I didn't know he was a winger. I thought his natural position was being a center forward or a scoring threat if played up higher, but the winger position, doesn't look outlandish for him to play out there. But I agree with you, man. Antuna was really dangerous in that regular season game. He had an assist that, on a run that was offside that ended up in a goal. I rewatched some of the highlights, and that's what stood out to me is him with a shaky Tigres defense, and especially with the Piojo and the way that he likes to play and push up. I feel like that's one of the ways that Cruz Azul can easily hurt Tigres is on, leaving spaces in the back and, going at Aquino and Angulo on that left side, or, if, the game allows it to play on the opposite side, on Dueñas' side.
Definitely. And I'm curious you already know your lineup, and who do you think is going to be the most dangerous for us?
Yeah, so the lineup that is going to be played is Dueñas. It's rumored to be started 3 in the back, but I can always see that changing. But it's 3 in the back, so it's going to be Dueñas as a right wing back, Hugo Ayala, who started the last game of the season against Atlas, Guido Pizarro, and then Jesus Angulo, and then out at left wing back is Javier Aquino, and then in the midfield you got Juan Pablo Vigón and Carioca. And then out wide, as I mentioned earlier, is Nico, and replacing Florian Thauvin, who's injured, Gignac, and Luis Quiñones. So the only 2 changes is Diego Reyes sliding in for Ayala and Thauvin sliding out for Nico.
Yeah, man. I'm glad. I mean, I don't wish any like harm on Tuvan, but I'm just glad he's hurt because he's not going to be playing against us. Because that guy, like you said, injuries have been his Achilles heel, but that guy he's quality. You could just
Oh
see it.
yeah.
He just needs to be healthy to play. That
Yeah.
guy's so good, so good.
And that's like, at first, like it was the injuries that I was thinking about, I said, man, he put in the work to like finally get, pick up his form. And so, now with this injury and then going into the playoffs with such a tight schedule, like if he doesn't get his form back, like the first game or minutes that he gets back, like I feel like, and hopefully we have good performances from Nico, but I think it's going to be tough to slide him in with so little preparation to recover because it's, Liguilla goes by really fast and you're talking about 2 games per week. So, depending on the momentum and the form of the team and players, like he might not get some playing time. So I'm kind of like, it's just unlucky for a player like that, especially like after putting in the work to gain form. So,
No, yeah, definitely, yeah.
but that's some of the things that, I wanted to ask you, but I wanted to also share that, some of the keys or some of the things that I'm looking for is we got to score first, man. We got to score first because Tigres has a hard time defending, and I've talked about it with Lewis and other people, and it just comes down to we attack and we defend better with a lead. And so I think that if we go up, especially early, like there's good chances that the game can open up and favor us with the final score.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, defensive wise, like I think we are solid to a point. Like I said, when we get to a point where we have the lead and we defend it, that's where it starts to unravel a bit. Like I said, if you allow your opponent to grow, eventually 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to score on you, especially if you allow them and let them grow the confidence and they're just going down left and right, down the middle, going crosses in, they're going to get scored on. But that's where we're going to struggle. If we get the goal and we try to defend it too much, way too early, then that will be the issue because the defensive record, I think ours is pretty similar. So you had in the regular season, you had 20 goals against, and we had 17. So pretty similar there. But the good thing is you have a goal factor of 30 goals compared to ours, which is 20. And like I said, like a third of that is from a defender. So
Yeah.
that says a lot.
And I think that's just going to be with time, man. I think that you had so many new acquisitions, especially like,
Yeah.
From the midfield up, and having that many acquisitions, no matter how talented of a team you are, you still need to develop chemistry to know each other as players on the field. So
Yeah.
I think good things, no matter the outcome of the game or the series, I think you guys are still going to contend, with the squad that you guys have.
Yeah, definitely, man. I hope so. Like I said, the good thing is now this is the first time where we've actually I've witnessed us winning a league title, so the nerves aren't there anymore as much. I'm more relieved. Like I feel like I'm at peace with myself a little bit more. So now I'm just enjoying it. But I'm not saying I don't want to go another 20 plus years not winning a league title. So maybe out of nowhere we could win it at the end of the day. The Liguilla, anything could really happen. Like I said, how many times have we seen the number 1 seed go down so easily and the 8th seed win it? So anything could happen. This is football, so it should be a good one regardless, especially if it's anything like the one during the regular season.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful part about Mexican soccer, man. Liga MX, that Liguilla, man. Anybody has a chance at a shot at winning it.
Exactly.
Any final thoughts, bro, before we stop for the night? Anything you want to say? Any projections or predictions? I'm sorry, of the game.
Do you want to do the overall series, or do you want to just do this game?
Let's just go this game and then overall series.
Okay, this game, I think, like I said, we need to win if we want to have any chance. So I think it's going to be a tight 1-0 win. And then I think we'll scrape out a draw at your place. I don't know what the scoreline will be, but it'll be a draw.
Yeah, I also
and we just squeeze through. Just squeeze through.
I predict a low-scoring game as well, but I'm predicting a 1-1 tie at Azteca and a 1-0 win at El Volcan.
Yeah, see, similar, yeah.
So
be interesting, yeah. So yeah, may the best team win. And hopefully it's us.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for your time, man. Good luck to you. Have fun, enjoy it, and arriba Tigres.
I don't know about that.
But have a good one, man. Thank you once again. Any what is your Twitter account so people can catch you?
Oh yeah, man. Thanks again. Always a pleasure talking to anybody in the Liga MX community. You just follow me at the Máquina EN or at the Máquina in English. If you guys want to follow anything, feel free to reach out there. Thanks again for having me, though.
Absolutely. Thanks, brother.